This is the Jarvis Leonard. Oh, just a moment, please. Good morning. This is the Jarvis Leonard. I'm the East Central Region Engineer for the Alabama Department of Transportation, and I would like to welcome you to our monthly briefing on the I-5920 Bridge Project, CBD project, and we will follow similar protocols we have in the past to talk about an update as to where we are and give a quick overview of the project and answer any questions that you may have. So we'll move through the presentation that we have for today. As you know, as we've always said, this project is broken up into 4 phases, and phase A was the lengthening of bridges at 12th Avenue and 31st Street. This is a pictorial view of what has taken place in the actual lengthening of these bridges. This was done to accommodate ramps that will be facilitated under the new design. Phase 1 was the completion of the widening of bridges at 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Avenue North. This was completed in 2016. These ramps will facilitate off-ramps and on-ramps for 65. This is a aerial view showing these off-ramps, and this will be the on-ramps to 65 southbound, the off-ramps to 65 northbound. Phase 2 is where most of the construction is ongoing, and it is also where the skyline of Birmingham is changing, and you'll see a tremendous amount of progress over the last few months, and you will see even more in the next few months because most of the work that you will be seeing currently will be above ground versus foundation work. This is a area view of our rendering of the project, which shows the new ramps. These are the ramps going in at 17th. These are the ramps coming out of the city at 11th. This is the new ramps that go to 6th Avenue South, 6th Avenue North and to 65 South. I want to show you some movements, and we've got a new drawing that shows how the movements flow under the new ramp configuration. If you're traveling 65 southbound and you want to go to 17th Street, that's the direction that you would take. If you want to travel 59 northbound and go to 17th Street, that's the ramp you would take, and it flies you over the main line. If you're traveling 65 northbound to 17th Street exit, you will take this parallel ramp that carries you all the way around to 17th Street. If you're coming out of the city and want to go to 65 northbound, this is the ramp that will take you to 65 northbound via the 11th Avenue ramps. This will take you to 65 southbound out of the 11th Avenue also. The exit ramps, the on-ramps to the interstates are all out of 11th Avenue. And this will take you to 59 southbound. Okay, if you're traveling and want to go to 6th Avenue from 65 southbound, you take a ramp that would land you on a bridge, will carry you over the ramps to 6th Avenue northbound. Or if you're coming from 59 northbound and you want to go to 6th Avenue North, this will exit somewhere around Center Street, just past Center Street, and you get on a ramp to carry you all around the 6th Avenue northbound, 6th Avenue North. This is another pictorial view from the construction as it's taking place, and you can see these ramps taking shape. with the ramps that are coming out of the city. That's the one that will go to 65 southbound, 59 southbound, and this will take you to 65 northbound. These are the ramps going to 17th. See, as the construction takes place, you can see these ramps taking shape across the interstate. That's 65 southbound, 59 northbound, 65 northbound. Another view. That's the ramp to 65 southbound. That's the ramp to 65 southbound from 59 northbound. That's the ramp to 6th Avenue North. And this is the ramp to 6th Avenue North via 65 southbound. All the ramps are taking shape, and you can see all the construction that's occurred. This is the ramp from 65 northbound to 17th Street. Another view of that and how it exits the interstate traveling northbound on 65. This is another view of the ramp from 11th Avenue with the flyover over the interchange to 65 southbound, 6th Avenue North, 6th Avenue North of 59, and that will take you to 17th Street traveling northbound on 65. We still have some street closures. The permanent closures have not changed because we have the new ramp configurations that will take up some of these locations that are permanently closed. 17th Street exit is temporarily closed, but it will reopen as we showed you on the previous slides. However, remember that 17th Street underneath the bridge will be permanently closed. You will not be able to travel southbound on 17th Street and come under the new 5920 bridges in the future. This is a temporary closure that is proposed for April the 25th through April the 30th. The contractor will close these ramps to install some girders. And now let's talk about phase 3. You know, phase 3 is the actual reconstruction of the Red Mountain Expressway interchange, along with the demolition and replacement of the TBD bridges, the elevated section through downtown Birmingham. This is a view of the interchange at Red Mountain Expressway. Those are the ramps that I made reference to, that if you're coming into the city, you'll actually get on a ramp to parallel and come around 25th Street. And I'll show you, if you're going out of the city, you'll get on the ramp at 25th Street and go over the interstate and get parallel with the interstate to leave the city. But that's the view coming in, and that's the view going out. All those are your exit and on ramps from 25th Street. That is the ramp that will carry you from 31st Street over the interchange and land at the main line 5920 bridges through downtown. This is the off-ramp to 31st Street. These are the future ramps that are under construction as we speak. This is a view of some of the construction that's ongoing. This is the ramp, on-ramp, the off-ramp, that takes you into 25th Street. This will be the on-ramp to carry you back to 59 northbound out of the city at 25th Street. That's the 31st Street on-ramp that will tie to a new ramp. This is showing the old ramp, flyover ramp, but a new ramp will be constructed and tied from Red Mountain Expressway, and eventually it will tie to 5920 through downtown. Another view looking south on Red Mountain Expressway. This is another shot of the angle of that ramp, off ramp to 25th Street, the on ramp for 25th Street, and how that construction is taking shape. This is another view of 31st Street on ramp. This is another shot looking at the ramps, the off-ramp to 25th Street. You're looking east toward Tuscaloosa and how the ramps was taking shape to exit off the interstate to get down to 25th Street. And that's the on-ramp that would come out of the city, fly over the main line, and get parallel to go out of the city. Another shot of 31st Street on-ramp. 31st Street off-ramp. What we're showing you here is a simulation of how the contractor proposed to attack the project. What I want to focus our attention on is that the contractor is focusing his attention now to get these ramps open here at Red Mountain Expressway. And this is a simulation of how they plan to attack the project. This is our first showing of this. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to put a timeline with this as we show it, view it in the future. But as they finish these ramps, if you notice, they'll finish the ramps and then they'll start the mainline construction. And they're starting the construction in 3 different locations. That's how they're planning to finish within 14 months. They're both demolition and the reconstruction of the bridges. While we're mentioning that, you know, the bridges are scheduled to close this fall, sometime after October. We don't have a definite time frame at this time, but we will keep you informed as we're made aware. Some of the permanent closures that have taken place on phase 3 has been the ramp there at 11th Avenue has been closed, and the on-ramp at 25th Street has been closed. We got a temporary closure at 18th Street on-ramp. We have done this to facilitate better flow of traffic on the main line 5920, especially because of the off-ramp 65 northbound. I know that's been some inconvenience to the local traffic who's trying to get out of the city. We encourage them to go to 6th Avenue north on-ramp to get out of the city in either direction. We're still monitoring this move, and we're making some adjustments, especially when we have large crowds when they're at the BJCC and other events. So for events, we are opening it up to accommodate them to get them out of the city, but for normal traffic, it has been closed, and we're still monitoring this situation to determine whether we need to keep it closed, because the reality is that within a few months, it will be closed. And the good thing is, hopefully by midsummer, we'll have the on-ramp, the new on-ramp to 65 open, the 65 northbound, but you'll have to go up to 11th Avenue to get out of the city. Hopefully that will be open soon, which will make it a lot more accommodating with the closure. These are other temporary closures we have, 11th Avenue and 28th Street and on 23rd Street. Other surface streets, the alley, 8th Avenue alley between 18th and 19th Street is closed also for construction. Our timeline has not changed. As we mentioned, we've completed phase A, we've completed phase 1. Phase 2 is still scheduled to be completed by the end of August 31st, 2018 is the deadline for the contractor to be finished. If not, then he'll have some penalties that have to be paid to the liquidated damages, an incentive, disincentive, disincentive payment that he would have to pay. Also, there's an incentive for the contractor if he gets finished. Phase 3, the actual completion date is November 2020. However, as we mentioned, the closure of the bridge will take place this fall. Sometime in October or early November, we anticipate the actual closure of the bridges. And when they are closed, the contractor will have 14 months to actually demo and reconstruct the bridges. As we always mention, our number one focus is safety of the traveling motorists and our workers who are out there working. We realize that the closure of the bridges is going to be cause some inconvenience to motorists. We encourage motorists to start finding their new location, their new travel destinations, their new routes that they will take once the bridges are closed, and use that once a week and get familiar with them. We are making some adjustments to some of the other routes to accommodate these closures. And we will have detours designating these routes that you can use. You can reach us via our website or on Facebook or on Twitter. And we encourage you to obey all the safety signs that are out there. Be mindful of the workers who are working on the road. As I always say, we want them to go home just like we want to go home. And with that, we'll answer any questions if we have any. If there's no question, we thank you for participating with our monthly briefing, and we will contact you when our new date for our monthly briefing for the month of May. Have a good day. Thank you.